Well, good morning. Oh, I look stupid. I always think I look really ridiculous on camera and in person. I thought it might be fun to hang out today. It's Saturday in New York and it's really cold outside. Speaking of, when I was growing up in Wisconsin and Florida, I thought it was really cool that NOAA.gov, they always had really good weather forecasts, and I would use it all the time. A lot of time passed, and I heard whisperings that they were dealing with a lack of weather balloons in the New York City area, leading to less accurate weather forecasts. I don't remember if that's true, but I really believe in having as many weather balloons as we can afford, because I really like when weather forecasts are accurate. It probably doesn't matter to me as much as if I were a farmer, but it's nice. Anyway, I have something very important to announce, which is I promised someone 2 months ago that I would tell you what my favorite Pokemon is. And ever since then, I was thinking about it. I didn't forget, but I'm not sure actually. Here, this is what I'm wearing today, if it gives you a clue. And this is what is on my shelf. I don't have a favorite Pokemon. However, if I had to pick, and I was forced to pick, I would pick Suicune because it represents Pokemon Crystal. But it's really the game that I like. I feel like I'm weird and I don't have a favorite Pokemon. Kind of like how I don't have a favorite color. But I do definitely like this guy. I should probably show you more of my game collection sometime. We have an extensive game collection. You know what? I'll show you a couple now. Okay. These games I haven't played, but it's cool, and we're just missing Sekiro, but these are the major FromSoftware games. And we have Demon Souls, the new version, and then we have the Dark Souls trilogy with all the DLCs included, and then we have Bloodborne. As an outside observer, I think my husband enjoyed this the most. And then Elden Ring, which I've played about 45 minutes of. It's so cool, and I'm obsessed with the music. The music is just so beautiful and epic, and I've rarely ever felt like music made by an orchestra feels so full. That's what an orchestra is for, but it doesn't usually feel that full in that profound of a way. The other example of music being really epic I can think of is when in Lord of the Rings there's a choir and an orchestra, and Arwen's being chased by ring wraiths and she's trying to deliver Frodo to a safer place. That was pretty epic too. I liked that a lot. But Elden Ring is amazing from what little I've played, and I would love to play more. Speaking of Elden Ring, I also wanted to mention, and I also want to show you something that I got in the mail last year. Oh, the bunny is lounging. I had to put it away because I was moving. Okay. I got this for free in the mail, and I didn't know that it was from a subscriber because it didn't say anything on it, and I actually contacted the company and asked who gave it to me because it was so nice. Oh, I think the bunny wants pets. Hold on. You're so squishy and fluffy. Wow. This is Benjamin. He's been in our house since Sunday, which is less than a week ago, and he is like a dog. The nice thing is we don't have to walk him though. Oh, once more. If I stop, he kind of moves and is like, hey, keep petting me. And then he goes down, puts his head down by the floor. So anyway, I got in the mail from meatbun.com this Elden Ring inspired poster. And there were 3 of them. Mine is yellow. I gave the blue and red ones away to my friends. And they didn't ask me to talk about it or anything, but I thought it was relevant today because we are going to an Elden Ring concert, and you're coming. I love you. He just sneezed. Now I'm hungry. Our food's ready. Alright, open up. Feeding you salmon. I didn't bother to ask if you like salmon. Port Authority is kind of gross. This is creepy. Going to be in New Jersey in a few seconds. A whore.
And then you got the salmon.
By the greater will. Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever-brilliant Gold Mask. Fear, the deathbed companion, the loathsome dung-eater, and Sir Gideon Othmere, the all-knowing. And one other, whom grace would again bless. A tarnished of no renown. Cross the fog to the lands between. To stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord.
That was really good. You've been waiting for me? Oh. Oh. Now I feel bad for leaving him. Since we had healthy food earlier, guess what we're having for dinner? Ta-da! But first, I want to quickly open our mail. Oh, it's messy. Very messy. First, a wash magazine. We don't have time to look through the whole thing, but maybe I can show you some cool page on it. The pieces of a panerai. Okay, here's our PR package. Oh, Bunny wants more pets. Look at that! Free matcha powder. I was not paid to talk about this, and they said that I can say anything I want. Completely honestly, so we should definitely try this in a few minutes and see if it's good. We have a package from a subscriber that actually came in October. I'm so sorry. Matt and I feel really bad that we just got it. If anyone sends us anything and we haven't gotten it for a while or haven't contacted you to say thank you, definitely email me, because then I'll go, or Matt will go to the mailbox to check it. A note. I'm not gonna open that. I'll open this later. Oh my god! A hat for Matt and a hat for me. Thank you so much. Big fan of post-irony. Most people who watch my comedy videos don't realize that it's a comedy video. I guess that's success, but I've offended many people for that reason. This is awesome, thank you. From one hat to another today. Nice, nice. Here's a waffle fry for you. Actually, the whole thing. Here. And then here, take a bite of your sandwich. Nom 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 nom. I have to change the litter box and then we'll try the matcha. Here's the bag we got today. New bag for the bag collection. Elden Ring, or as they say, Elden Ring. I do this twice a day. You know something's happening. Found the hay bag. I think I'm getting faster now. I have to do it tomorrow morning at like 7:30 a.m. Here's my tool bag that I'm pretty proud of. Here's the matcha. I'm going to teach you my secret matcha recipe. So what happened is, almost a year ago, someone with a username who was John D noticed that I was a little sad when I was doing a Q&A, and I was, and he suggested that I get a matcha. And then I got one and it was really good and I wanted to make one at home. So then eventually I made one, and I remember Sarah in Tune saying that it looked really good. She has a really cool big YouTube channel about cars, by the way, in case you're interested in cars. You should definitely watch her stuff and say hi. I remember that distinctly because Sarah may have thought that it looked good, but I thought my matcha looked terrible. Like really bad. So ever since then, I've actually been quietly trying to make matcha the way that I like it. But the catch today is we don't have my water boiler anymore because I gave it away. So we're not going to be able to measure the temperature or create water at a specific temperature. We're just going to have to go off the fact that 170 degrees Fahrenheit water looks like it's getting little bubbles and hasn't boiled yet. But I'll tell you what my secret matcha recipe is that I haven't told anyone. It's very simple, and the whole point is it's just a regular matcha recipe, except that it doesn't require any matcha tools because I didn't want to buy any, and I refuse. So I take a tablespoon and I scoop 2 tablespoons if I have a huge thermos. Today I don't have a huge thermos. The only thermos I have is this one, so I guess we'll just have to use this one. And I got this very, very inexpensive filter from a Japanese grocery store that's meant to go over a mug where you pour tea and it catches the tea leaves. This is all I use to sift the matcha powder into smaller bits. It's definitely impossible to drink matcha lattes, which I'm making today, without doing this, because then the chunks of matcha powder are so big that they become little chunks when you're drinking, and it's very unpleasant. So you have to filter through somehow, so I use this. Then I just splash a little bit of warm water and then top it off with milk. I'll show you. Here we go. Ooh. I'm gonna smell it and do a smelling test. Everything smells different to me. Every matcha powder smells differently to me. And this one, sadly, actually, it doesn't actually smell that fresh. It smells bitter in a good way, but it doesn't smell fresh. So that's too bad. I think I like the smell of the Sugimoto matcha that I tried earlier. It smells just okay. I'm guessing it's not going to be the best matcha I've ever had, but we'll keep going. I'm just gonna put this over here. And I'm actually, because this is a much tinier container than I usually use, I'm actually only going to put 1 tablespoon. But I use 2 tablespoons if I have a big Starbucks sized big mug. This is 16 ounces and 470 milliliters. So it's basically the amount of water that goes into a large mug. Because I don't have the tools, I actually just take my tablespoon and I gently rub it through. And that's how I separate my powder. And it's always, always, always worked for me. Never had issues. And now we just have to mix it with hot water. Usually at this point people use a brush. I actually just use a plastic straw and I do it really, really, really fast. The people who send me this matcha are going to be terrified of this. But that's really how I do this, and it's always worked for me. We need to warm up some water. Now we wait. I'm going to take some water now. Just a little. And then whisk it really fast. And so there's a green paste now. So now it's ready for the milk. And I like to use lactose-free whole milk. I got a tiny little container of it, a baby container. And there you go. Maybe 30 to 50% of the container I would have iced if I wanted an iced latte. Let me pour it in a container for you that you can actually see. I feel like a bartender now. All right. Cheers. Oh, it's good. It tastes a lot better than it smelled. It smelled actually more similar to a matcha that would have been $10 for that amount. So I'm actually impressed. I'm actually very surprised. It actually tastes quite good. Here, you try some. Do you want to try some, Matt? Here.
Thanks for the hat, by the way. I like it. I don't have a sense of smell. My taste is a little compromised for that reason, but I think it's pretty good.
Thank you, cameraman. I am really surprised because I didn't smell any of the creaminess. Usually I smell bitterness and creaminess when the matcha is frankly nicer, but I can taste the creaminess now that I've put it with the milk in a way that a very low budget matcha would not taste, so I am actually pretty okay with this. So with that, they gave me a custom coupon code. I don't make any money from this, The coupon code is Jane10. Yeah, that's pretty good. The Redditors were right. I'm actually pretty happy with this, and now I'm mind blown that they would ever give me matcha because of my tiny little channel. You are the reason we have this, and we got to try it. And also just the fact that I guess I never really fully believe what I read on Reddit, so I still want to try it on my own. I think we finally ran out of things to do today. Maybe we can say goodnight to the bunny and off to bed we go. Good night. I think he's too busy eating to care. Well, thank you for coming over and hanging out all day. I hope we did some things you didn't expect. And maybe some things you did expect. Don't forget to be post-ironic, have an amazing night, and sleep well.